But it got better for you, Braden. You got drafted third round of the 2016 MLB draft by Milwaukee. Again, after overcoming all the adversity and the injury, and like I said, going back to being told you probably would never throw again to having the season you had, and then getting that call. Talk about that day when you got that call. I'm curious, were you – because I know a lot of times the draft and the super regionals overlap or the regionals overlap or whatever. Like, where were you at? What were you doing? Like, were you pitching on the field for Carolina? Were you in the dugout or were you at home? Or like, what was that day like?
We were at practice and they were like, hey, everybody who potentially is getting drafted today, bring your phones down and hand them to Billy. And I gave mine to Billy, and I'm sitting there going through PFPs, and then out of nowhere, you just see Billy sprinting out to me. He's like, your phone, it's going off. It's going off. I was like, okay, Billy, I'm right here. I got it. Like, answered it, and they were like, hey, we're going to take you with our next pick. I was like, the Brewers, I haven't even talked to you guys. Why are you picking me? It's like, But I mean, I loved it. Like, it was an incredible feeling, just being out there with all the dudes and getting to celebrate that moment with them.
Yeah, I'm sure it just had to be a great moment again for you personally, just overcoming all the adversity. I mean, that you dealt with the injury and all that.
Oh yeah, injuries suck, man.
Yeah, for sure. And then so you've had a lot of success at the minor league level as well. And I know, again, you're on that journey right now. You're in the midst of that minor league grind, which it's truly a grind. People don't appreciate, but it truly is a grind. Just talk about overall so far your experiences in minor league baseball. I know, again, you've battled some injuries there as well, and there's a major adjustment to make, man. From, as you know very well, from like even SEC ball to the minors. I mean, it's still a big adjustment. You're going through a 162 game schedule, and granted, you're not having to play every day like those position players, but still, it's a grind. There's no other way to put it. It's a grind.
It is. It definitely is a grind, and people don't realize that it's not a luxurious lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, like I was lucky and blessed enough to get a good signing bonus, and I did some things for my family. But other than that, like I don't touch that money. Like I live paycheck to paycheck, and you don't make a lot of money in the minor leagues, and people don't realize that. They're like, oh, you got this big signing bonus. Like, you got a lot of money. Yeah, but at the same time, like, if I don't make it to the big leagues, that money is all that I got. And then I had to go back through college to go get my degree and to get a job. And so I just leave it alone. Like, I leave the money alone. I let my people take care of it, and I just worry about managing, the $900 that you clear every 2 weeks. Like, hey, people don't, like you said, people don't realize it. Like the first $300 of that goes to rent.
Yeah.
Like I'm shacked up in an apartment with a 3-bedroom apartment with 4 or 5 dudes.
Yeah.
Like, we make things work like that because you don't make a lot of money, and it's not luxurious. And travel 9 hours on a bus that might not even have air conditioning, like, I'm not complaining about it because I love it. Like,
right.
People don't realize how close it makes you with other dudes because of that. Like the bonding that you get to have, but it's crazy. Like, minor league baseball is brutal.
And it got even more brutal in 2020, right? You guys didn't even have a season. I mean, it's just the minor leaguers got really screwed last year, I thought. Just talk about, I mean, how did you navigate 2020? What was like what was your daily routine even? Because I imagine you got to stay in game shape. You don't know if it might, who knows? The season might end up happening at some point or whatever. You got to stay sharp. I mean, what did you do in 2020 to, because I think you had a lot of positive momentum going into that season, right? I mean, what did you do to like sustain that? Like, what was the,
I started, so the day that quarantine hit, I was in Arizona. I came home and I started training with Dylan Bundy, who's like my older brother. He's from around the same area, and we went to high school together. So he and I started working out together until he ended up having to leave. Like, we would treat it like the week like we were throwing games. So we'd have like a game day bullpen and then like a side bullpen on top of it. And we were on like a 6-day rotation just to make sure that we were staying in shape and giving ourselves time to recover and everything. So it was like I would wake up, I would eat my food, I would go train with him, go throw, come back home, do my Zoom meetings with the Brewers, and just basically sit around and wait on a phone call that will or will not happen.
Right. Jeez. I mean, it was true that truly was, and just the uncertainty of that year, and again, trying to stay sharp. I mean, it's again, the minor leaguers got the shaft last year. There's no other way to put it. It was pretty brutal on all you guys.
100%. I agree.
Yeah.